beautiful Victoria, Texas. And I gotta tell you, I've never been in Texas. 42 years, almost 42. 42 years on this earth. I have never, ever, ever been to Texas. And I always hear stories. Everything's bigger in Texas. Texas home cooking. Texas hospitality. And I'm here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that everything that you hear about Texas is 100% true. Jim Gerard, how you doing? Bob Dodge from Orange City, Florida. Good to see you, my brother. Alyssa Warner, hello. Buddy Sims. Tina Capello from Georgia, how you doing? Good to see you. Who else we got? Brian Hoover, yes sir. Good to see you. Jessica Sump from Florida. Melissa, how are you? Good to see you, my dear. Oily Pot says, I love your back. I hope you mean that, not my back. Lisa Wooten, good to see you. Yes, Texas. Oh, everything is beautiful in Texas. Hey, we just came to a restaurant here in Texas, okay? And there's a reason that I am not doing the show the way I normally do it. There's a reason. And that's because after eating with these great people that were waiting for the bus here in Texas, I said, we can't do the show the way we normally do it today. I have to interview these people because some of the stories that they had were unbelievable. We got veterans here. We got, check this truck right out here. See this? We're at Warriors Weekend. There's a story here with Warriors Weekend that the mainstream media will never, ever, ever, ever cover, but the world needs to hear about. So we're going to be talking about that. Hey, if this is live from America, then when we do the show on the road, I want to make sure there's an aspect of it that really is truly live from America. Holly Farmer from Washington State. Darlene Solano from New York. Good to see you. Earl Pettit. Trinette Mitchell from Texas. Love you. Thank you so very much. Anna from Illinois. Good to see you. Kathleen Cosby. You're not related to Bill, are you? Are you? No, I'm just kidding. Kathleen Cosby, good to see you. Suzanne, how are you from Minnesota? Andrea Lloyd, good to see you. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to do some interviews. We're going to cut from me to doing some interviews with people right here in Victoria, Texas. I wanted to just make sure that we got enough people watching because I don't want anybody to miss what we heard while we were eating in here, especially with this Warriors Weekend. I want you to hear from some of the veterans here. I mean, these guys are really close to the border. So some of the stories that have happened that we've heard here, like illegal aliens just coming over and they're sleeping all over the streets and stuff, it's truly, truly, truly incredible. And we're learning as much as we are teaching. And I never knew that would happen. I thought that we'd come out here and we would teach everybody the stuff that we researched and that we found out, but we are learning so very much. And that's what America's all about. And I'm going to tell you something too. You know how they try to tell you America's this racist place? America is so far from racist. Now, we all know that, but to get out in each one of these states and to see white folk, black folk, brown folk, human folk, the human race, actually communicating, talking, spending time together, eating together. It's such a fake, false narrative, and it's so pushed by the mainstream media. It's sickening, it's disgusting, and it is ripping this country apart at the fabric that our founding fathers wove for us and built for us. It's truly sickening. But right now, we're going to take you over and we're going to do some live interviews here. This is a good place to do it right here, right away from the bus. I'm going to turn my camera around. Stay right there for me. Here we go. All right, sir. We just had a great meal together.
Yes, sir.
You got a brand new hat, it looks like.
I did.
Yeah? All right. So can you just tell the folks what your name is, where you live, and then we'll go from there.
My name is Bill Posey. I live in Victoria, Texas, which is south central southern Texas.
And were you born and raised here, or?
No, I wasn't. I was born in Southern California.
And you got smart and moved to Texas.
Well, my great-grandfather came here in 1890.
Wow.
And so we started looking for a place to move to in 1988 because we could see the end of California coming.
Yeah.
And so we looked all over the leathern western states, and we finally decided on Texas because of so many good things here. And good people. Oh,
man, I got to tell you, what did I tell you on the way over here? In my whole life, I've never been to Texas, but everybody told me Texas is bigger, Texas is great, Texas hospitality, the food, the home cooking, the people. And I got to tell you, I am truly impressed by this state. We've stopped at rest stops, we've stopped at gas stations, and everywhere we stop, we jump out and talk to people. And I was just telling my audience here, this narrative of this country is so racist, this country is so torn apart, and it's so, I'm not seeing that. I'm not seeing that when we stop. I'm seeing white folk, black folk, brown folk living together, eating together, talking together, having a great time together. And it seems there's a fake narrative that's being pushed. Do you see that? Do you agree with that? What do you think about what this media has been doing in the last 10 years to this country?
Oh, absolutely, because there's no gain. I mean, I'm 75 years old, and I saw what happened in the 50s and the 60s with the race, the race problems and all that. But we don't have that anymore. By the grace of God, we don't have that anymore.
Yes.
That's gone away. I was in the Navy for a number of years, and we had a saying that, everybody bleeds navy blue. We don't care. Fat, short, small, tall, blue, nobody cares.
Yeah.
Nobody cares because we're literally all in the same boat together. Nobody cares.
So why do you think they're starting to, why do you think they want it to uprise again? Why do you think they want this? And when I say they, I mean the politicians, the news.
Sure.
Why do you think they're trying to resurrect this terrible, terrible thing that we already went through in this country for so many years? What do you think?
Well, I think it's a basis of power for them and a basis of wealth. And power is always money, and that's if they can have their tribe and my tribe conflicting with each other, then they have real power. But if everybody feels comfortable, there's no political power, to do that, and so in Texas, I don't see it. In Texas, the difference between other states, I've lived in a number of other states. In California, you're a Californian or you're from Jamaica or Canada or whatever. In Texas,
you're a Texan.
You're a Texan.
Ain't that something?
Yeah.
So, sir, when did you serve and where did you serve? The people are wanting to know, and they're thanking you for your service as well.
I was in the military from 1966 to 2004, but I was off and on in the military. The good thing about what I was in, you could come and go, and they would take you back.
Yeah.
So it was very good for me. My military service was real good for me. Between being an active duty guy and a reservist, I did 22 and a half years.
Wow. Thank you so much.
I was very lucky.
And every time I talk to a serviceman or man or woman, they say, when I say thank you for their service, they say what you just said. I'm lucky to do it. I was honored to do it, and it was my pleasure to do it.
I'd have done it for free.
And you'd do it all over again if you could.
I wish I was 65. Well, 55, so I could still be in.
Yeah, ain't that something? And to hear what these people do to the flag around the country. I told you in there when we were eating, at first I'd get mad. Then I got sad. Then I just felt bad for the people doing it because they just truly don't know. I don't think these people that are burning flags, stepping on flags, I don't think they truly know what you went through, what people went through, the honor it is to serve this country. It's sad when you see that stuff.
But let me give you the other hand. Where else, if you go to most other countries and you do that to their flag, there's hell to pay.
There sure is.
Here, we accept that as part of the First Amendment. I don't abide by it, of course. But you can do that here and still not go to jail, And so it's just a way of possibly misguidingly express yourself.
Yeah.
And so, party on.
Party on. Hey, I'm gonna ask you a couple more questions here, and then I'll let you get going. I know you got to go. You live close to the border.
Well, we're about
somewhat
150 miles.
Okay. Well, I live in New Hampshire, so you live close to the border.
Canadian border. The dangerous border.
Yeah, exactly.
Those Canadians are dangerous.
Yeah, that's why Kamala Harris went up there instead of coming to the southern border, right?
She got confused.
Yeah, she got confused.
She's from California. She's confused.
Yeah, exactly. So I got to ask you, being in Texas, which is a border state,
yes, sir.
How has it changed? How has the border changed from now, just even in the last 2 years? Like, what's different just in 2 years?
See, in Victoria, we're 150 miles away, and we don't have the same ramification that those counties along the border have.
Yep.
So it's a little different for us. But all of our social services in Texas are affected by that, and it's not necessarily a good thing for us.
Yeah.
my heart goes out to those people who have to leave their mother and father and leave their country and leave their language and their culture, and they come here for a better life. But is illegal immigration the way to immigrate? I don't think so.
No.
All of our grandparents, of course, my grandparents, great-grandparents, and grandparents came here in 1890 legally.
Yeah.
And that's great. Hey, hallelujah. But to flood the border with people, is that really what we want in the United States here?
Well, you know what? Even Jesus said that there was nations. And in order to have nations, you have to have borders, right? And Jesus even said that when he comes back, all the nations he will inherit.
Right.
He didn't say the world I will inherit. Well, ultimately he will, but he used the word nations. And like you just said, without borders, you don't have nations.
Yeah, it's too bad that the situation is like it is. But in South Texas here, we see a lot of Hispanic folks coming in from South America, Central America, and Mexico, of course. But you go to other places and other sectors along that border, and you'll see people from China and from Armenia, from wherever, the Middle East, and is that, could be a very iffy situation at any given moment.
Yeah. Well, sir, you know what? I just want to thank you. I know you got to get somewhere. I want to thank you for your service. Everybody here is saying the same thing. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your honesty, and thank you for your willingness to do an interview with me, sir. I'd just like to say thank you.
Hey.
And it was an honor to eat with you today.
Hey, and remember, we have a wall against the I-10 freeway for those people coming in from California. So don't try to get over the wall from California. Stay in California.
Stay in California.
Yeah.
That's good advice. Well, God bless you, sir. All right. Thank you so very much. Yeah. Yeah.
I should have signed that.
Yeah. Can you hold it for me?
Yes, sir.
All right. There you go.
There we go, buddy.
Yes, sir. Ma'am, can I get an interview with you right now?
Oh, I would love to.
Okay, come on over here real quick. We'll always get this nice, beautiful bus in the background. All right, ma'am, can you tell the people what your name is and where you live?
Okay, my name is Lieutenant Colonel, United States Army retired,
What?
Vanessa Hicks Calloway. I am from Victoria, Texas, and I live in Victoria, Texas.
Your whole life?
My whole life, except for my time in the military. 26 years of honorable service. That's the only time I've really been away from Victoria.
Now, let me ask you, we were just eating inside together,
Yes.
right? And somebody said, thank you for your service. And what did you say?
I said, it has been my honor to serve. Thank you.
Ain't that something? So I got to ask you,
Yes.
and everybody here is saying thank you for your service and that they're just so grateful for having you. We talked inside about the flag.
Yes.
We talked inside about the desecration of the flag. Now, we do have a right to do that in this country, right? And people have the right to express themselves. But we talked about it. I don't think they know what they're doing.
Right, I have to agree with you. That's why we as Americans, we have a responsibility, especially parents, to make sure kids understand what that flag is really all about. And when you look at, we have our kids today, they don't even understand the Constitution. And so yes, like you said, Jeremy, they do have the right based on freedom of speech, but that doesn't make it right.
That's right.
And so if we are not doing our part to instill the love of country, the love of the flag, the love of the Constitution, then we're doing not only the kids a disservice, we're doing our posterity a disservice.
Amen. So let's talk about the border real quick.
Yes.
Okay. The border is a travesty right now. It's a crisis.
It's a complete crisis.
Okay. We say legal immigration
Yes.
only, right? Because there has to be nations, there has to be borders, right? Even Jesus said, I just told that man, even Jesus said, when I come back, all nations.
Amen.
And without a border, you can't. You don't have nations.
If your name is not written in the Lamb's Book, you don't get in.
That's right. So and now when people, well, let's say the Democrats, the left,
Yes.
Democrats exist anymore. They existed when John F. Kennedy was around.
Right, they've been hijacked.
Whatever this is, I don't even know. But they think that we are heartless because we don't want to just let everybody in. And they think that we don't care. But I got to tell you, I care about these children.
Absolutely.
And I care about these parents and I care about what's going on. But I'm not racist or bigot or because I don't want them here. Can you talk about that a little bit,
Yes,
about the border,
I
what's
can.
going
Right
on?
now, we're almost $30 trillion in debt, okay? And to say that we are heartless because we're not open to illegal immigration in this country, it is a false narrative. That is not true. We need to be working on securing our borders because the more individuals you bring in, it's ridiculous, especially when we have over 400,000 homeless Americans right here in the United States.
Right here.
They need to be taken care of with the limited resources we have in the United States. And I want to add something personal here.
Okay.
I am a right to life believer. And when you look at what's going on with American black people as it relates to abortion, by the millions, it is affecting the African American community exponentially. And so it's as if they don't mind desecrating and slaughtering the black race while they're bringing in brown babies to replace black babies. That's just how I see it, and it's wrong. And what's so sad about it, Jeremy, is that these children, they don't understand the language, they don't understand the culture. Many of them, I'll bet you would love to go home to their moms and their dads. And they're here in this environment. They don't know where they are. It is very, very sad. It is a travesty what's going on at our border right now.
And it was completely invited and facilitated by the guy who's illegally, in my opinion, illegally occupying our White House.
Oh, absolutely. There are so many abnormalities as it relates to the results of the election. I cannot help but agree with you, Jeremy. Just from a common sense perspective.
Common sense.
It's really sad. But you know what? The truth has a way of revealing itself.
Coming to the
And
top.
It's just a matter of time.
You know, my mom used to always say, and I say this on my show all the time, I might not catch you tomorrow. I might not find out what you did in a week, but I will find out what you did.
Oh,
and when I
absolutely.
do, it's your you know what.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, I have the same kind of mom.
And the truth will come out.
Yes, sir. Indeed.
So I see you have a Trump hat on.
Yes, I do.
So let me ask you, because the narrative is that Trump hates black and brown people. You can speak on that better than I can because I'm clearly a saltine American. So I want to ask you. I want to get real America's
Okay,
voice. You are a real American. You just happen to have a darker shade of skin than I. But we are the human race. We are not one different race. We are one race.
That's right.
So when you hear this, what do you feel? What do you think?
I think it's a narrative. All it is it's propaganda because they are using this notion of racism to push their socialist progressive agenda. President Donald J. Trump is not a racist. The economic opportunity zones, the things that he did for the historically black universities, the fact that during his tenure, the economy was excellent for African Americans. We had the lowest unemployment rate in history. And so when they say that President Trump is a racist, it's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I want to speak a little bit to this notion of systemic racism. It's ridiculous. Yes, there is a system, but it's called Americanism. If you get in there and you love your country and you take advantage of what I call American privilege, not white privilege, it is a privilege to be an American. If you understand the Constitution, all of the rights and the privileges associated with being Americans in the Constitution, if you exercise capitalism and take advantage of the free market system that we have in this nation, that's the American system that needs to be utilized and exploited. Anybody can make it in America. I grew up poor. I grew up right here in Victoria, Texas. I decided to join the United States military, and I'm so glad I did. I now have an education. I have my career. I'm a retiree, and I'm an American black woman. And guess what? There's nothing special about me. If I can do it, every black person in America can do it. We have to stop blaming the President Trumps of the world, have to stop blaming the so-called white man, and start taking individual responsibility and taking advantage of what I call Americanism and utilizing it and making something of themselves. And the propaganda needs to stop. It is divisive and it is wrong and it is racist.
Well, I'll tell you what, you are special because you're a child of God.
Amen, brother.
Okay?
I am. I've been redeemed.
And all of us are children of God. We just need to be, some of us need to be found because we're lost like sheep.
That's
right?
right.
I'm going to ask you one more question, and that's somebody's asking me to ask you.
Okay.
What do you think of Kamala Harris?
I honestly, here's the thing. I try not to think of Kamala Harris, okay? When you remember her job when she was the Attorney General in California, she put away more black men in that state in history under her tenure. And for her to have the audacity to try to fan the flames of racism and act like she's out to protect black men when you look at what she did, and this is all factual. This is not hyperbole. These are factual things that took place under her tenure in California. I am very disappointed in her. I believe that she needs to get her butt down to that border and needs to be fixing what's going on in this nation. She should see it as an opportunity to redeem herself and actually go down there and say, you know what, this isn't working. We are a sovereign nation. We need to shut this down. She needs to be reporting back to the President of the United States and telling him that we need to shut this down and go back to the way Trump had it before. So I think very little of Kamala Harris, our vice president. I just pray, though. I pray for her because God says we are supposed to pray for our leadership. So I do pray that she would have her road to Damascus moment and start doing the right thing and start loving this great nation that has made her into the vice president of the greatest nation in the world. She owes this nation that much.
Everybody's asking you to run for office on this feed right now. Do you have any plans on running for any office?
Well, actually, I did run for office. I ran for state representative for District 30 right here in Victoria, Texas. Unfortunately, I was not successful. I went up against a 20-year incumbent, State Representative Jeannie Morrison. She's a titan. She was very difficult. It was a tough race.
Yeah.
But yes, I saw myself trying to serve. It's in my blood to want to serve. So I gave it my best shot. Unfortunately, I was not successful, but hey, I'm young enough. Maybe
there you go.
Someday
There you
I'll
go.
give it a try again.
So do you have a place where people can find you? Everybody wants you to have your own podcast. They're like, does she have her own show? Does she have her own podcast? They're like, hire her. Let her be part of your show. But is there anywhere you'd like people to follow you or find you, or are you just pretty private when it comes to social media?
Well, they can say hello to me on my Facebook page. It's Vanessa Hicks Calloway. That's pretty much all I have.
And will you ever consider coming on my show as a guest?
Oh, I would be incredibly honored. Are you kidding me,
Oh,
Jeremy?
that's
I would love to
great.
be a guest on your show.
Okay, well, we'll make sure we have it happen, okay?
Oh, awesome.
All
Thank
right.
you so
As soon as I
much.
get back to New Hampshire and I get back situated, well, I'm gonna get a hold of you. I'm gonna give you a card so you have my number. Maybe I'll just give you my number if you.
Oh, I have a card.
You have my
Yes,
card?
sir. I have a card that has some contact information on it.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yes.
Oh, then I have your card.
Yes, sir.
And have you ever seen my show?
I have not seen your show. I
that-
heard about it.
See that up there?
Yes.
That's the sunglasses. That's because I wear my sunglasses during my show, and everybody used to hate it. They're like, take your sunglasses off. I'm like, it became a brand, and now I do it.
Well, I think it's cool. That's your thing.
That's my thing.
But I understand you're the hip hop
Patriot.
Yeah, patriot. One of these days, I need to trade some rhymes with you, sir.
You know
I've got
what?
some skills.
Get this. We just stopped in Louisiana.
Okay.
Because some guy said, hey, is Jeremy Herrell on this bus? All right. And they said, yeah. And he said, have him come on. And he voted for Biden, right? But he was a rapper.
Okay.
And music brought us together. And you should see the video. If you go watch my YouTube page, you see us hugging, rhyming together.
Wow.
He rhymed, I rhymed. We
Okay.
were connected through music.
Right.
And he's gonna come on the show, and I'm gonna educate him on politics. You know what he said to me?
What?
I don't know if I voted for Biden because I was told to, or because I was told not to vote for Trump.
Oh, that's interesting. That is
Isn't
the
it?
question.
But you know, he was truthful. And how many people in the world, or in this country, probably would say the same thing?
Yes, it was probably a combination of both.
Yeah, it probably was. So we will trade some rhymes.
Awesome.
Definitely.
Thank you.
You're going to be here for a little bit, or are you taking off right now?
Yes, however, if you need me to hang out, I will.
Well, yeah, we're going to interview Colonel Mike, what's his last name?
Petrosh.
And we're going to interview him, and his name is not Ron Jeremy. His name is Ron, and my name is Jeremy.
Yes.
But we're going to interview him real quick.
Get that clarified.
Yes, okay. Hey, well, God bless you. Thank you for your service, and everybody here just loves you.
Oh, thank
So you'll
you.
probably get flooded with friend requests.
Oh, I hope so.
Okay.
Thank
well,
you, America.
God bless you, ma'am.
Likewise.
All
Thank
righty.
you, Jeremy. Best.
Yes, thank you. Ben. Oh wait. Are you ready for this interview?
Let's do him.
Yep.
Do him here.
Yep. And I'll do it at the same time here. Does Ron want to come out and do it with you, or?
Ron doesn't like getting on.
Okay, that's all right.
I'll speak to both.
Hang on a second.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna show while you're getting ready. I'm gonna show the truck real quick.
Yeah, please.
Jeremy?
Yes.
We're fixing to have to go because I got Ryan.
Okay. Well, say hi to everybody real quick.
Hi, everybody.
Tell people who you are.
I'm Vicky. I'm from, well, I don't want to say I'm from Corpus Christi, so I'll say that I'm from Mansfield, Texas. I live in Corpus Christi. And this is Eloy. He's my boyfriend.
How you doing, brother? We just had a nice dinner together, didn't we?
Oh yeah.
Hey, wait. Come over here real quick. I want to show you this shirt. Look at this shirt. Not resist 45, resist 46.
I get it.
So, you guys are real close to the border.
We're about an hour and a half away.
Mm-hmm.
But you can see, like when you're going to work in the morning, Look at the taco stand. You'll see one or two of them sitting there with their blankets, no shoes. You know what they are.
Yeah.
But it don't matter. If they come down our street, we're locked and loaded, we're ready to go.
But you were telling me that.
Everybody is.
But you were telling me that they're so hungry. They're coming and they're breaking into ranches, not to hurt or kill people, but to eat.
Well, if they get past the ranches and they get food, Jeremy, think about it. Then they go into a town and they're still hungry. What are they going to do?
Go into the stores.
That's right. They're going to
yeah.
go into these old ladies' houses that are at home in the daytime,
Ooh,
and
yeah.
they're not even at work. That's my concern. Like my grandson's at home. What if I told Eloy? What if 2 or 3 of them come to the door, which they do come in 2 or 3s, and what if they break in the door? Yes, I left my grandson, 15 years old, taught him how to shoot a gun in the last 4 months. He's got a loaded gun. He's ready to go. But
Yeah,
what if 3
God
or
bless
4
you.
of them come in on him?
Yeah.
So we're in trouble. I think that they need to shut that damn thing down. I was talking
You're right
to
there.
this gentleman over here, this older Spanish man, and his suggestion is that what he thinks they need to do is just arrest them all, just like they do the Mexicans here, and put them in shackles and let them piss on each other.
Hey, real America's voice, right? We're not going to edit anything.
Texas girl, you got you a Texas girl, man.
Hey, I want to thank you so very much. Give me a hug.
Finally got to
Yes, I want to thank you so very much, sir. You keep raising them grandkids, and you keep doing good. Okay, you.
Never gonna stop.
All right.
I'm taking all I can get.
Nice new hat.
I know.
Isn't that
nice?
Well, God bless you.
Well,
God bless you.
hopefully something's going to happen, and God's going to get Biden's ass out
Well, hey,
and miss 2%.
God's in control.
He is.
We are not. All we got to do is keep staying on our knees, keep praying, keep standing on our feet when we're not, and keeping our shoulders back, our chest out, and our head up high, right? Because we're all children of God, ain't we? All right. Hey, God bless you both. All right.
Be safe.
Take
I
care.
love you, okay?
All right.
Mwah.
If y'all need anything, you get on Telegram. I'm Vicky on Telegram.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
All right, honey.
If y'all need anything coming back through,
We'll let you know. All right.
Got the jet off right now, so I can fire it back up and go walk inside.
What's going on here, Ben? Are you a superstar or something? When did you become a superstar, Ben? I don't see your name on the bus, Ben.
Dr. Gina was just asking me, why isn't your name on the bus, Ben? I said, well, I didn't sponsor it. Okay,
Hey,
hang
Ben,
on.
right under Real American Voice, I could change that.
To right there, Ben. Ben
Water
Schwab.
rampant.
All right, yes. We got to get you, sir. You ready?
Yeah, can we do this real quick? You're not leaving right now, are you? Okay.
All right, come over here. You want to go on this?
I'm going to go on this side. Yeah. Folks, this is one heck of a story here. And, boy, Colonel, if you tell us exactly what you told us in there, boy, let me tell you.
Well, which one?
Yeah, exactly.
So just talk to us about what you got going this Saturday. And the whole event, and then a couple of the stories about,
Absolutely.
just like what made me cry inside the
Yeah,
restaurant.
listen, I want to tell you something, guys.
First off,
on-
first and last
Yeah.
name.
Oh, Colonel Mike Petrosh.
I know it's on your
U.S.
shirt.
Army retired. Yeah. And see, I do that because I'm Bohemian, so I've got to. No, anyway. All right. Anyway, in 2007, Warriors Weekend started. And from there, it just blossomed. And Warriors Weekend, we bring in wounded soldiers from all over the nation. All sponsored by local area patriots, okay? We raise $750,000 every year to bring these guys in. We fly them in, bus them in, drive them in, all right? In 2009, we started the Warriors Weekend Field of Honor. I had seen that, of all places, out at Sturgis, South Dakota, at the Black Hills Rally. We were out there, we posted 1,962 flags. One of them was for a captain who had been killed in action that day before, and we had done that. So I said, okay, retiring, coming back to Victoria. Here's the story that I was telling you guys earlier, okay? Got a phone call from a guy. Oh,
Yeah, we better wait. We better
know.
wait. We better wait on this. Play ball! All right.
okay.
Have a good day.
God bless you. See you later.
So back to
Okay.
it. All right. So in 1 year, I don't remember exactly when it was, we were out there. I got a phone call from a young man from Velocity Motorsports. He said, Colonel, I want to post 2 flags out there to honor a couple of guys. we post those flags. Every flag is in honor of a specific veteran or currently serving military. Okay. So anyway, he comes out. He's going to post one for his dad, who was a World War II vet, deceased, and one for one of his lead mechanics, who was a Vietnam vet, 3-time Purple Heart. Okay, that hurts real bad. It's got to, you know. So anyway, we get out that day. He shut the whole office down and told all of his employees, come on out there to the field of honor. So we're out there. I've got the 2 bows ready to do it. One of them black, one of them purple. The black one, I went out, posted the flag, saluted that, read the name on the label. Okay. Went over to the next one who had the purple bow on it, and I started reading the gentleman's name, Sergeant Bill. And I couldn't hardly get through it. I was really starting to choke up because I look over to my left, and he's not just got tears rolling down. He's literally sobbing, and his wife and children are holding on to him. And so I finished honoring his flag, and I went over to him. I said, Bill, thank you for your service. Welcome home. And he just gave me this big old bear hug. He's a big old boy. He gave me a big old bear hug, and he said, Colonel, we were never allowed to be proud.
Wow.
And I thought about that. I mean, that has carried me for years now. I mean, I know that was probably 10 years ago that this happened. But every year I think about him. We post one out there for him every year. But that first one, when he said we were never allowed to be proud, I'm sitting there thinking he had to carry this. All he did was honor his nation and go over and serve. And that's what, we do this because, the way we take care of veterans here in the United States is it's better, but it's still not enough.
Yeah.
Anything we can do for them is just not enough. We can always do more. And here's the thing, Jeremy, these guys, again, it's a little different than somebody goes out, he's on crack, he gets himself in trouble, he gets in his house, and he's homeless now. Okay, I get it. The Christian in me wants to take care of him. But let me tell you something. We asked that warrior to go over there, and all we asked him to do was go get blown up. Okay, and now he is differentially abled, and now his kids, okay, and his family are going to go through all kinds of toughness. So it's not just about the veteran. I want to say this: it ain't easy being the family, especially the spouses, the wives in particular. For most of them, it ain't easy being them, Jeremy. So whatever you guys can do to bring that to the forefront again.
Well, here, show. I got a picture here that you gave me.
Yes.
And I want you to show the camera what it looks like at the Field of Honor here in Victoria, Texas.
This is what it looks like. All right. This was when we put up close to. There was right
Show
at
this
three.
camera here too.
Right at 3,000 flags. You go ahead.
Look at that.
Yes.
Look at how many flags there are, folks.
Now those are on an 8-foot pole, and those are 3x5 flags.
And there's a huge cross in the middle
There's
of it too.
a huge cross in the middle because I will tell you that field is hallowed ground.
Amen.
We turned that vacant lot into hallowed ground. Jeremy.
Wow.
Yeah, Ben, it's just absolutely beautiful. We even this last year we lifted it another 8 feet high instead of just in case anybody questioned who is in charge of that field out there. And I will tell you, it's located at Parkway Church. It's at 4802 John Stockbauer. If anybody's watching, if anybody's coming through, Saturday we're posting flags.
Wow.
So we hope we get a great turnout. We're teaching the new generation what right looks like. It's going to be awesome. We're going to have the Warriors in on the 21st. We're bringing in 250 Warriors from all over the nation, taking them fishing down in Port O'Connor for a weekend of healing, relaxation, and plus every one of them's got a flag out there for them. I'll guarantee you there's going to be a lot of tears out there because of those flags. Because again, like I was telling y'all before, that old boy from West by God, Virginia, he said, Colonel, I ain't never had one posted for me.
Oh,
in
my
Virginia.
Lanta. Oh, my
He
Lanta.
said, but here in Victoria, Texas, I got a flag flying for me.
Oh,
I'm telling you guys, I've seen just so many things happen. We called it the healing field the first year, and I will tell you, it really does.
now you said inside that I said you don't see the mainstream media covering this, and you said it took how long for somebody to cover this?
Took 3 years before local media actually picked it up.
That's wrong. That is so
Isn't that
wrong.
incredible? Now they've been better. Okay, they've been doing well, but it seemed like we had to just get too big to ignore. And finally, you know, the local media just went, oh my gosh.
It shouldn't just be local. This should be national.
It should be. It really should be, because
especially with all the garbage going on in that country.
Exactly. And I will tell you this. Here's the good news too. In October, we're going to do the same field for first responders. And so that, I will tell you, we had a great response last year from our first responders. They are God's best, you know, just as the veterans are. And I will tell you, we've got a great relationship down here with our security, all of our law enforcement, and our firefighters and our paramedics down here. We honor them.
Amen.
You know, we're building down here, guys. I like to say we're building a community of honor and excellence.
Amen.
Y'all can use that.
Honor and excellence.
Honor and excellence, baby.
So
we need that across America.
So is it www.warriorsweekend.org?
That's it.
That's where people find out about this?
They can find out there. They can go on Facebook to Warriors Weekend Field of Honor to see pictures of the flag posting and everything. We're going to go live, so please come out there. This year, I know I'm probably going way over.
No, you're good, sir. You're good.
We also built, and I feel like God put this in my heart several years ago, Warriors Weekend. And Ron has been, you know, he's behind us 100. He's the guy that instituted it, okay? He and a group of fishing buddies actually said, we can do that, and we should do that. So he's the first one that ever got the Warriors down here, and he's been the president this whole time, and we support him. He's a great American, okay? Well, let me tell you something. I looked around and I said, where are all the memorials, okay? And we've got a few downtown. And again, we're in a very patriotic area of the country. But out there, we've just built a pavilion that will honor all of those that have been killed in action since World War I, because that's as far as my records go back, in the 7-county area that they call the Texas Golden Crescent. And I'm just telling you, this is one of the most patriotic areas in the country. There's over 400, I think our last count was 439 killed in action from these little old towns around here that make up the Golden Crescent since World War I. And I'm going to tell you something, guys, they will be honored out there forever. We are, in fact, locking it in concrete. We are going to do it. And so, again, we're encouraging everybody to come down, or if they want to find out more about it, go on to our Facebook page, Warriors Weekend Field of Honor. I've got this is cool. I've got a PTSD veteran who is building an 8-foot metal sculpted eternal flame. And he's shipping it in from Tehachapi Pass, California.
I know Tehachapi. I live about 2 hours
I used to fly through it when I was stationed at Fort Ord.
Wow.
I was always socked in, man. I was always flying through blizzards out there or something.
It's windy.
Yeah, it is. So Eric Scarlett Designs. Eric is going to do he was one of them that we honored the year before, and he came up to me crying. He's like, Colonel, ain't nobody ever posted a flag for me.
Yeah.
And he said, I want to do something I want to do a sculpture or something for you guys. So it wasn't months later, one of my great volunteers said, Colonel, you know what you're missing out here at the Field of Honor? I said, no, what? She goes, an eternal flame. I was like, oh my God. You're exactly right. Yeah. So you know what the Colonel does? We make it happen. We don't sit around and wait for a committee to do it. We make it happen.
Well, sir, everybody on here is thanking you very much. I want to thank you.
Jeremy,
I want to thank you for coming out with us today.
Thank y'all for stopping in Victoria, man.
And people can give on that site as well.
Yes, they can. Yes, they can.
And that's www.warriorsweekend.org, everybody.
That's
warriorsweekend.org.
Warriors with an S. Warriorsweekend.org.
God bless.
God bless you guys. All the best to you. Keep driving on. Or as we say in the military, Charlie Mike. Continue the mission.
There you go.
All right.
All right. Thank you,
Put
sir.
Mike out.
All right, ladies, you get to finish off the interview. Yeah. So you don't want to? You don't want to at least say your name and where you're from?
Yes.
Okay, how about that?
Hi guys, Melissa Reynolds. I'm from here in Victoria, Texas.
Born and raised?
Born and raised.
Look at that.
All 25 years.
Yeah, all 25. I thought I was going to say 26, but
Thanks.
you know.
But it's so good to see you.
Well, it's good to see you. And how about you? I know you don't like being on camera and you're all shy, but
Jamie Terrell. I live here in Victoria. I was born in Shiner, Texas, little video Shiner, but basically raised here my whole life. Not going to say how many years, but
24, right?
24.
That's
right.
right,
24,
yeah.
all 24 years. That's right.
Yep.
I'm a nurse at a walk-in clinic here, and I love watching Jeremy Herrell. I'm dedicated to his 2 shows.
Every day?
Every day, every single day. I don't catch him live, but I will watch it during my lunch hour, and then I watch it in the evening whenever I get home. Yep.
That's great.
So,
And?
Hi, I'm Melanie Gillick, and yes, I am from Victoria. Not originally, been here a little over 24 years, but I am from Texas.
And it's because of you that I came here, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
What'd you do? You reached out to me on where? Instagram, I think it was,
Instagram
right?
And Telegram, I
Yep.
think. And I was excited when he announced on Telegram that he was coming to Victoria, Texas, because I was like, that's a little crazy. But yes, I've been here 24 years in Victoria, and my husband is from Victoria originally.
And what's your shirt say there? God bless America.
And this is my hat
And who made that hat? On Etsy.
on Etsy.
Kind Embroidery.
Kind Embroidery.
The same people who make my hat, right?
Yes,
Barbara
sir.
Naylor. Shout out to Barbara.
Thank you, Barbara, for my hat. I love it. And it says, God bless Texas on the back. And
Look at
come
that.
and take it, because you're not taking my gun.
That's right. Now I'm just going to ask you each one quick question real quick, and if you don't want to be asked, you don't have to. But I'm going to start right here. And since you live here, and since you are a nurse, and since we're not going to talk about the CCPV, we're not going to talk about that right now. We're going to talk about the border. We're going to be talking about, since you're close, here in Texas, a lot closer than I am. Does it scare you at all? Are you afraid of what's happening, or?
I'm very afraid.
You are?
I'm very afraid of all the violence that we've seen. I mean, the border is closed. We've seen it before, and right now it is a huge surge. Right here, Highway 59 is the highway straight to Mexico, and my parents live right off of 59, and we have been seeing people getting pulled over, illegals 12, 20 jumping out of a vehicle. They will just run loose. They are literally running in my parents' backyard.
Oh, my land.
So, you have sheriffs going through. It's very scary, very scary.
Wow.
Little towns, Goliad County, very, minimal, crime and everything. That stuff is picking up. I mean, it's very scary.
Do you have children?
Scary. I have 2 kids.
And how old are they?
My oldest is 21. My youngest is 14. My
Yep.
oldest lives in Austin. And my youngest, of course, lives here with me. And it's very scary. Very
Wow.
scary.
And what about your feelings towards the border?
Yeah.
Same thing?
Yeah, same things. I mean, just, the uptick of crime, and that could possibly be more crime. Yeah, I mean, as a woman, I'm very afraid. I mean, I'm at home most of the time by myself, and, you've got to just watch your surroundings, and, it's the uptick. It's more than I've ever seen being in Victoria the last 24 years.
Do you think President Trump was cheated out of an election?
Oh, yeah.
100%?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
No doubt in your mind?
Oh, no doubt in my mind.
Do you think that something is going to happen to fix it, or do you think we are just going to have to continue to fight to make sure it doesn't happen again? What do you think?
I think we're going to have to continue to fight, because at this point, I don't think the Democrats are going to allow it to be turned over. I really don't. I think we're going to have to get our cards right in our local elections and our state elections, and we're going to have to put the pressure on our local representatives.
So you're not a Q believer then?
No.
Yeah. And what about you? What do you think?
I think the election was stolen 100%.
You
It
do.
makes me angry to think that someone like that is in our White House and should be Trump up there. Makes me very angry.
Do you feel embarrassed?
Very embarrassed.
You do?
I'm very embarrassed how they are pretty much just, I wouldn't even say ruining this country. And in front of the world leaders, him wearing a mask, not even having a flag, not even having a American flag behind him to even represent the country is sickening. And then this 2% doesn't do anything to even go down to the border. She completely ignores everything, laughs at everything, like everything's a joke.
Cackles.
Yes, her cackle, and it infuriates me and embarrasses me. Yes.
That conference call that you just referenced with the mask. Do you know my takeaway from that was President Putin of Russia said, "I make the line in the sand now," and not a lot of people caught that. If you watch the whole thing, Putin said, "I make the line in the sand."
That's scary.
Is that not scary?
That is very scary.
And imagine if he would have said that and President Trump would have been on that call. President Trump would have been like, "No, excuse me, mute, I make," what I mean? But Biden just sat there with his mask on like a feeble, feckle old man who's just...
Well, and he's not running the show. I think
we
really
all know that.
Who's running the show.
Yeah.
So it's very, very embarrassing for America to be such a great country,
Yeah.
and then to have somebody like that in office, and it's what, not even 6 months, going on 6 months maybe.
It feels like forever though, doesn't it?
It does, and it's like, it feels like a nightmare. I wouldn't even say a dream, feels like a nightmare. I just
Well,
want Trump back.
let's hope that what happens in Arizona, we get the truth, because I think if we do, if we get the truth out of there, we'll get the truth everywhere else. And you know, based on what President Trump said the other day, in that clip I showed, where he said we're going to make sure it never happens again, and then the clip shut off when he was talking about what we're going to get ready to do. I think there's a very good possibility that God's going to shock this world, and bring him back beforehand. However, I do understand the possibilities that is very slim to none based on our system. But somebody just asked me today, do you think he's actually going to run again? And I said 100%. That man, the way he talks when he's asked about it, he knows that nobody else has the star power to do it. He knows.
He's the only guy that can do it.
He's the only guy that can do it right now. But if Ron DeSantis runs with him, that's his training wheels, and then he can take over after that for 8 years. That's what I feel anyway.
I love Ron.
All right.
And the little hand gestures.
Yeah. Oh, he's
I
like.
noticed that, and then I saw all the comments.
Yeah.
Off there, like, did you see the hand gesture? I was just like, I sure did notice that. It looked just like a little Trump out there. I love him.
So this is basically your family watching this show, because we watch it all. I do the show. You guys are all there all day, every day, all the time. So most of these people you probably know them by name since you've seen them 100,000 times. What would you like to say to everybody in the Live from America family before we go here?
Keep fighting. That's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to just keep fighting, and God bless you all, and God bless America.
And you?
Keep fighting, hold the line, don't give up. Sometimes it looks like there's no hope, but just remember, God has his hand in everything, and I really think he's going to show up, he's going to show out, he's going to show those demon rats everything. They're going to put them, swamp donkeys, going to put them in their place, and I can't wait for it.
Well, I'm going to talk to the crowd real quick, end the show, and then I'll talk to you ladies before we all go, okay? You want to say bye?
Bye, guys.
Yeah, there you go. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen. One more real quick. One more. This gentleman here came down on his Harley. How long did it take you to get here?
About 2.5 hours.
About 2.5 hours, and you came all the way down here for what?
Just to see you and to put my 2 cents in.
And you know what? I want to thank you for coming down all the way. That's a long drive, and I want to thank you for your patriotism. I want to thank you and your wife. I got to talk to your wife, Eileen, was it?
Yes.
I got to talk to Eileen, his wife, on the phone. Wonderful lady, wonderful lady. She's like, she said to me, she goes, we love your show. We watch it twice a day. We're donors, and I won't keep you very long. I know you got a lot of people to talk to, and she was just so sweet, sir. And I just want to thank you so very much. I want to thank you so very much. Would you like to say anything to the people before we go?
Well, my wife found you.
Yep.
You were just new when she started watching it. She got me hooked on it. And just like to say that I hope that our country turns around and gets back where it belongs. Because otherwise we're going to be in really bad shape.
Yeah, we are. Well, the wind is picking up, brother, and I want you to get home safe. So I want to say God bless you, and I want to say thank you personally for coming down here, okay?
Okay, Jeremy.
All right, you keep on keeping on, okay?
We will
All right.
keep in touch.
All right, sir. Thank you so very much.
All right, Jeremy, God bless you.
God bless you too, sir. Thank you again.
What's up, buddy?
All right, we'll see you soon, I'm sure.
I hope so.
Okay.
I
All
look
right.
forward to it.
All right, thank you, sir.
We're watching.
So, folks, I know people are used to the regular Live from America where we do it, the way we did it this morning, the way we do it in the studio. And I apologize for the wind out here and everything. I just want to tell you guys that I named the show Live from America a long time ago. Caterlin says, don't you all love the no masks? I named the show Live from America because I wanted to truly get out and interview people live from America. That's why I named the show that so many years ago. And of course, God's plan was exactly that, to get us out here on the road, to get real America's voice. And I want to tell you, I'm so very, very, very blessed that all of you who donate, who help, who support, who share, I can't say it enough. I want to look at you. I want to look at you dead in the eye, and I want to tell you, I love you from the bottom of my heart. It makes me tear up when I think of how you guys just how you guys help me, how you guys help me grow, how you help me grow in my faith, how you help me grow as an American. And I truly am honored to be representing you out here. And if sometimes I don't do exactly what you want me to do, I'm sorry. If I slurp my coffee, I'm not sorry. Not sorry. And I just want to let you know, I don't know where it goes from here. I don't know where Live from America goes from here, but it will go somewhere, and it will go exactly where God wants it to go. And by the grace of God, all of us will continue this amazing journey, and I will be live again tomorrow, as I will be every day, right here from Live from America. And I just want to say God bless you, and remember, keep your shoulders back. Oh, you know what? We didn't do that in our earlier show, did we? I wasn't in the studio. There are right ways. There are wrong ways. But there's only one Yahweh. So keep your shoulders back, keep your chest out, keep your head up high, because you are a child of God, and no weapon formed against you will ever prosper. Please copy the link and share the video, and I will see you guys on the bus. All right? Follow me on Telegram. See you later.